Welcome to Netlinked Weekly. Today's episode is all about the usual thing that you guys love to see. What's hot, awesome deals, tips and news. At least I hope you guys love these videos because that's why I make them. I think you love it. This week is NCIX's sleigh ride sale event. So we did our best. We tried to hold out until the calendar actually turned over to December to do a Christmas-themed sale banner. And we almost made it, but we jumped the gun by a couple days. It's not as bad as I was at Home Depot and they had like Christmas trees on display like a month ago. I was like, really? So, as usual, the sale banner has me hidden in it somewhere. You gotta try and find a little cartoon Linus. And if you go to the NCIX webpage, you can see that this is actually animated. So Tom put a whole bunch of work into having Santa rolling along the treadmill, and the treadmill's like this, and the elf's like, woo, 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 woo. It's pretty good. You gotta check it out. Right. If you want to see the full-size version, go to the banner vault in the link below the video. Next up, we have the hot deals for the week. So I get a lot of people asking me, what's my recommendation for a monitor? And I kind of go, well, ho-hum, because monitors change all the time. They change the models, they change the inputs, they change the panels, and they change so frequently that you almost can't keep up with it. So what I usually tell people is make sure you get like a decent brand. Make sure you get a non-TN panel if you want accurate and vibrant colors. This guy right here is a 24-inch 1920 by 1080 IPS monitor. It has a height adjustable stand. It has DisplayPort. It has a $230 price. So that's a pretty darn good deal right there. Next, we have the PC Power and Cooling Silencer MK2 750 watt power supply. Yeah, it's 80 plus silver. It's 750 watts and it's 80 bucks. So it's a pretty darn good deal right there as well. Sanyo Eneloop batteries. These are the best batteries ever. They're like just awesome. And I mean, seriously, like every piece of equipment I own has Eneloops in it. Look at this. What do you want? Oh, lift it up more. Oh, yeah, there you go. See, Eneloops. Eneloops in my microphone. Eneloops in my salad. Eneloops in my camera. Everything. Eneloops are the best. They just kind of last forever. They don't drain while they're sitting there the same way that regular rechargeable batteries do, so they're awesome. You should get lots. It's 20 bucks. You get 6 batteries, 4 AA's, 2 AAA's, and a charger. Next, we've got the ASIO Levitron Mech 5. 80 bucks gets you a mechanical keyboard that has macro keys. It has Cherry MX Black switches, and it's just generally pretty darn awesome. It's got a bit of a gaming sort of themed overall look to it, so it's a little bit polarizing, but if you don't mind that, great. Also, you can move the number pad from this side to that side, should you see fit, or even separate it completely and run it just sort of somewhere on the other side of your mouse pad. Lots of people do like to do that. Next, we have 16 gigs of RAM for 60 bucks, DDR3 1600 Corsair, so you know it's fine, it'll work. And yeah, memory is so cheap now. Holy crap. Everyone should just have 64 gigs of RAM in their system because it doesn't cost anything. Awesome. Yes. So the guide for how to use the NCIX website this week is how to use the filter-based navigation down the left side of the screen. So what you do is you find the category you want to look at. In this case, we've chosen motherboards, and then you can see that it's actually separated out into a whole bunch of different categories of motherboards, as well as different kind of neat stuff about motherboards. You want to find a Crossfire motherboard? Click Crossfire. You want to find an SLI-ready motherboard? Click SLI. You want to find a motherboard with Thunderbolt? Click that. You can sort by socket. All kinds of good stuff like that. For example, we've clicked LGA 2011, and you can see all the boards here are LGA 2011 boards. It's like magic. So, quick way to narrow it down and get to what you're trying to get to. Next up, weekly news. Scythe USA. Gone. So if you want Gentle Typhoon fans, now is the time to acquire them because they have ceased their US operations. It's done. It's over. There will be no more Scythe heatsinks and Scythe fans in North America being sold by Scythe to people in North America and stores in North America. So that's a real shame. NCIX still has a bunch of Gentle Typhoons, so if you want them to load up, now is the time. But yeah, it's really disappointing because particularly those fans are like super awesome. And Slick's giving me like the disappointed kind of nod where it's like, just, you know, you're not sure whether to shake your head or nod in agreement or cry or, you know, move on to the next weekly news topic because it's just too devastating. The other thing, Intel LGA versus BGA. So an LGA is their regular socket with the pins in it. Okay, so LGA, we know what that is. BGA is ball grid array. That refers to a CPU or a chip or anything that is soldered directly onto a board. It has recently hit the interwebs, and the interwebs are alight with the news that Intel's upcoming platform is going to have, well, not the upcoming one, the next one after that, is going to have the CPUs soldered directly to the motherboards. So rather than buying a Sabertooth and a 3570K or a 3770K, or a 3450, or whatever you want, you'll buy a Sabertooth with a 3570K on it, and you will be happy about it. One thing this does do is it simplifies inventory for retailers, but at the same time, it significantly reduces the choice that is available to consumers, because you can no longer go, okay, I want an ITX board with the top-of-the-line CPU in it, because that SKU probably won't exist, because it's not that sort of that 80-20 rule, 20% of the combinations that make up what 80% of people buy. So it'll be very interesting to see how this shapes up for the CPU motherboard market over the next couple of years here. And that does it for Netlinked Weekly. Don't forget to subscribe to NCIX Tech Tips for more videos like this from your favorite e-tailer, ncix.com.